All right, looks like we are live right now. Okay, I'll fix the lighting here in just a minute, so bear with me. I'm trying to set up the phone in a way that you can see me, but just give me just a second. Let me first start this by saying good morning to everybody. Hope everyone is doing well today. I woke up a little while ago, and right now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to be doing all this simultaneously. So right now, so I can kind of monitor myself, I have my computer going as well, so I can see and make sure my live stream is going just fine. All right, I'm going to turn this, flip it around. There we go. Okay, so what I have going at the moment is a lot of different things. And all these things, especially for today, because today was my very, very first time prepping all of this. And always during the first time, it's the hardest. And what do I mean by that? I mean, like, it's definitely the most difficult to get everything going for the very first time. Because a lot of the things that I'm going to show you in a minute, you have to be able to store for later and whatnot. And actually, do this right here. All right, I'm going to flip the camera for a minute. And you can see what I was working on. This is my chicken that I'll be eating today. Actually, I turn the heat back on. Let that simmer for a little bit longer. But this is my chicken, my 2 chicken breasts for the day. Now, those are really big chicken breasts. You can see my hand right over the top of it. You can see how big these actually are. So, relatively big chicken breasts. I wanted to do one big and one small, but I put the chicken in, and I didn't want to take it out after it already started to cook. So, and with the chicken, I also have my rice going. Rice only has a minute left. That's going to beep probably in less than a minute. I have my vegetables that I'm going to need right here, along with some olive oil. And I have my mandoline ready. We'll talk about that in just a minute. And I start to clean up my sink just a little bit. Earlier, and I'll do this on another morning, here's my reamer that I used to do my lemon juice. And then over here you can see the storage of... Why, thank you. Rice is ready. But over here you can see the storage of the items that I will use later. Now, those of you who watched my live stream yesterday, you may have noticed that the cauliflower was cauliflower. But now I put it into storage, and this makes it easier to access. I don't do it with the broccoli because broccoli is really easy. But with cauliflower and that big head, it gets a little bit of a pain in the rump. So I try to make sure I break it down in advance. And of course my radishes. So here, plus, and then I have my cucumbers, I forgot. My extra cucumbers. So, what happened? What happened? I'm going to look at my live stream, see what happened. Are you looking at my screen right now? Yeah, you're looking at my screen. That's funny. All right, hold on. Let me go back to the camera. And this is why I made sure my computer... That's awesome. I love it. Okay, so my camera automatically turned off because it didn't think I was doing anything. That's hilarious. All right, so... where was I? Okay, so this is what I'll use for the whole day as far as vegetables are concerned. So, about 3 little heads of broccoli, 2 carrots, you can't see the other carrot underneath there, but 2 carrots, 2 radishes, a whole cucumber, and 2 large heads of cauliflower. If they become too small, of course, I just kind of eyeball it to see how it's going. So it looks like the chicken is simmering really well. And of course, I try to make sure that with the chicken, and I'm gonna flip the camera here. I try to make sure with the chicken that it is something I'm going to enjoy. By the way, that chicken is cooked completely in water. There's no oil in that whatsoever. But, as you'll soon find out, oil will eventually go into it. So, and by the way, those of you who might be wondering, I do all of this on my phone. So if you're like, wow, your camera's kind of crappy, well, bear with me, man. I'm using my phone. I gotta hold on to it, right? All right, so let's actually leave the camera right where it's at. Let's do that for right now. So now, camera's steady, which is nice. And I always toss in just a little bit of water while I'm prepping other things to make sure the pan doesn't get burned. But also, this allows kind of a, I don't want to say gravy, but I don't know, it's almost like a marinade to cook with the chicken. So, in my opinion, it makes it a lot better. And I actually use a bit of that juice at the end. And I'll show you where. So, first off, let's get the salad started. And I actually have this container right here. It's similar to the old bento, or not old, but I mean the bento boxes in Japan. And you can see here, lid comes off. I have these 3 items, which I'm going to use all 3 of them. And then this expands. So now I have my full box. And actually, it went out again. All right, I'm going to rinse this out real quick because I haven't used it in a little while. But I know that it's clean. It's just, it's been a little bit. The last time I used this was a few months ago, and it's been in storage, but it's always good just to make sure you clean it out. It's a good idea. So we have that. Chicken's good. Now, got the salad mix. The salad mix is first going in. So, break this bad boy open. And I try to be generous with this, or at least as generous as possible, because there's not as much room as I would certainly hope. But then again, when it comes to greens, you don't necessarily need a whole lot. And not a whole lot's going in here. As you can see, I still have, looks like I haven't even taken anything out of it, right? So let me put this back in the refrigerator. And now we're gonna go to first things first. Got my Mendoline. So I have, this is a pretty cool Mendoline. I really like this one. I found it when I found my reamer. And this Mendoline, it actually has settings for thickness. So pretty cool one. If you want to know where I got it or how to get it, just shoot me a message, either on Facebook or on YouTube, and I'll let you know where I got this. So I'm gonna set it to 2. And I'm gonna grab one of my carrots. And first, I'm gonna cut off the ends. So, oh, back to the camera. Right. You can see my first ends a little bit nasty. You don't really want those. And the reason why I like a Mendoline is because, actually I'm gonna switch this to 1. I want these pretty thin. So, the reason why I want a Mendoline is because right now I'm making my slices into my salad. Actually, that's a little too thin. Let's go back to 2. Ah, that's better. Ah, yeah. All right, now, if you've never used a Mendelene before, these are super dangerous. Mendelenes are super, super dangerous. I have definitely cut myself on a Mendelene a couple of times. And part of the reason why I purchased this Mendelene in particular, I'll show you in just a minute. As you can see in my salad, the carrot slices are making it in there nicely. Let me get this bad boy pretty low before I show you what's next. Now, some of you might be seeing me move really quickly. You got to be careful. You've got to be careful because this thing is as sharp as a razor. It will slice your finger open. I know this from experience. Don't do it. Okay. So the reason why I got this Mendelene, I don't even need to use it because I have enough carrot in there. But this here is a grip. Alright. This here is a grip that you put at the end, and now you can slice all the way to the bottom without cutting your hand open. That's good. That's good. Okay, I'm actually done with that carrot. So, actually, let me get a little more in there, because carrot's good. Ow. Alright, that should be good. That's enough carrot. Put this back over here, because we are going to need the Mendelene again. So now, we got carrot and lettuce all set and ready to go. Now, the other cool thing about this salad bowl, because I won't actually eat the salad until much later. So, this here has been sitting in the freezer. And as you can see, it has 3 little compartments for my 3 little holders. And we're going to see why that's so important here in just a second. So, I have my 3 little compartments. And we're going to work with these 2 first. What I'm doing right now is I'm grabbing my dressing. And it's the first time I'm using it. Got to take off the plastic. Alright, there we go. Alright, plastic's off. Then the garbage later. Alright, give it a nice shake. And I really only want to put about 1 to 1.5 ounces in here. And the camera went off again. Let's get it back on. There we go. Okay, so my dressing's in there. I don't want to tilt this too much, but you can see the shadow right there, right? So my dressing is good to go. And I pop that right in there. And now come the radishes. Radishes, I'm going to cut off the ends on this one as well. There we go. By the way, I don't know how hard it is to hear me when I'm over by the sink. So, it's hard to hear me. I apologize. Alright, so for sake of time, I'm not taking out my cutting board, and I'm just going to use the plastic lid here. And what I'm going to do is just make some slices, and of course, the thickness is whatever I want. And of course, if you make a salad, thickness is whatever you want. I'm not going to tell you what to do. So, toss in my radishes. from one. God, chicken smells so good. And here's my second one. So now I have my radishes ready to go. And I'm gonna put that together. Make sure the lid's on tight. All right, now some of you might be wondering, what's the big bin for? Well, that is for the cucumber. All right, we're gonna get rid of the end. Now, you listen closely. Oops, camera back on. Only need half of this for now. So, well, actually, probably don't even need this much, but the Mendeline returns. The Mendeline returns. Because now I will have slices of cucumber for my salad. And actually, you're going to see that device that I showed you earlier in action. What I mean by the device is Mendeline, because I'm going to need it. As you can see, it's getting closer and closer to the blade. And after having cut myself on a Mendeline, I'll be very honest, I get really nervous when it gets too close. So, I take this, I jam it on there, so now I got a grip, and that's it. It's pretty easy. And there we go. There we go. Now I'm left with this little guy. Get in there. Get in there. Love this little guy, and I'm going to use him later. I could put him in my salad. That's not a problem, but I'll show you where I'm going to put him later. All right. Now, the Mendeline, I'm technically finished with it. I don't need the Mendeline anymore. The chicken is definitely ready to go. So I'm going to turn it off. I might need to turn it back on, only because, oops, camera back. Maybe I got to go into the settings and lengthen the time for standby. Anyways, all right. So let's finish up with the salad. By the way, this all goes a whole lot faster when I'm not doing it on camera. This is taking a lot of time because it's the real deal. Okay, so there we go. Salad's ready to go, ready to be packed. And I'll show you what's up with that in just a little bit. So, I'm going to put that over there. And now, let's do the veggie tray. So, here I have one of my containers for my veggie tray, and I'll show you where I'm getting these containers in just a minute. So, first is the easy part, the cauliflower. So, maybe I don't want the leaf. So, I'm just going to be breaking off pieces of cauliflower into here because these are meant to be snacks later on. So, I don't want a large piece of cauliflower that isn't feasible to eat later on or for a quick grab, a quick bite. Instead, I want to break up the pieces as much as possible. Now, this might actually be too much cauliflower, and it kind of is. So I'm going to set that off to the side. And that's why you keep those storage containers around, because I just put that in the storage and use it later. And the cauliflower, kind of want to do the same thing. Make it into snackable bites. That's... Damn it, camera! Come back. There we go. So those of you who do CrossFit, you can see my Wattify on my screen when it ever goes to my home screen. Excuse me. Now, my veggie tray is looking really good. It's looking awesome. Love it. Because these snacks are going to hit the spot later for sure. Alright, this is a lot more full than I wanted it to be. So, what I'm going to do is I said I wasn't going to bring back the Mendoline, and I'm trying to think about this here. Like, there's not a lot of space left, and well, at least I don't want to fill this tray past what it can hold, because I'm not going to take any more of it later. And I really want to have a mixture of items. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to put this carrot into storage. And now I'm going to take this guy, chop them up into pieces. There we go. Now I have carrot dices. Some of you might be wondering, like, well, you already have carrots in your salad. Why do you need more carrots? Because you can never have enough carrots, dude. What's that about? Alright. So, alright. Looks like it still has some room. So we're going to do that. Because with the carrots, I also want a little bit of cucumber as well. So, damn it, camera. Alright. This is why I said you don't need the whole cucumber for the salad. Because these are perfect for the snack. Trust me on that. They really are perfect. I don't know what I'd do without them if they weren't part of my snack. And I say that like that because there has been times where I didn't have the cucumber, and believe me, I'm missing it. So here you can see it's my snack tray. So I have all that good to go. It's stuffed in there too. Wow, that's really tight. All right, that's done. Salad's done. So what do we have left? The chicken, right? So I need to make this plate available. So we'll put the cauliflower back in here. Right. And then these guys I actually need to get another bag separate for them. So toss unused cucumber, carrot in there, and I'll be able to use these guys later. All right, so that's done. Now, the piece de la resistance, the number one, the best of the best, the chicken is coming. Okay, so, by the way, like I said earlier, I do have cutting boards, but I haven't washed them yet because I just moved in here, so that's why I haven't been using them. So, instead, just using my plates. So, camera, stay on. It has to do with waiting way too long. That's all there is to it. And I'm actually going to turn the heat back on just for a minute. Put a little extra water in here because I really do want this juice. It's awesome. It's awesome. Okay, so rice is ready. Now, actually, no, I'll show you when I'm done because I don't want to move the camera. Here we have 4 more of those same containers. 4 more of the same containers. And now, oh, there it is. was looking for my rice scooper. I'm gonna get in this bad boy. Now, when I cook the rice, in here are 2 cups. 2 cups of rice. It's white rice. Some of you might be like, oh no, white rice. Chill out, dude. Chill out. It's all good. It's just white rice, man. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I know it'll be fine because it worked last time. All right, so got our white rice in here. And what I'm going to try to do is to distribute the white rice equally. This is a little harder than it seems. But after enough practice, it's not that hard. It's actually pretty easy. All right, so let's get this going. And what I do is usually just 1 scoop into each tray. And then there's always a little bit left over after. And then I use that extra to distribute. Oh, I use the extra. That one's really full. This one's really not. All right. Now, I'm still trying to keep a loud voice, so hopefully you can still hear me. And of course, this is a learning curve for me on these videos, so I certainly hope you have patience. And as I do these videos, of course, I do hope that they get better. All right. So, that's about it for the rice. That's done. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. Somebody sent me a message. He's going to giggle. Oh, no. Right on. There's Steven. Right on. All right, so. And now, of course, Steven can be seen on my screen. So I'm going to set that off over there. All right. So, got 1, 2, 3, 4 rice containers. Those are going to be clearly important here. Now, here, I'm actually going to cut off an end of one of the chicken breasts. All right, chicken. And this is where that juice comes into play. The reason why I said it was so important is because of this part right here. It's because the juice is going a little bit into each. Don't get on the counter. And close. There we go. Sorry if that was loud. Each container, roughly equal. And there we go. Oh, done. So now, I did get on the counter. Son of a gun. Right. You gotta tell right there. Oh, I lost some of the deliciousness. All right. Got that all cleaned up. There we go. All right. So now I have my 4 containers. 1, 2. Make sure it's hot. 3 and 4. Okay. So I have my 4 containers here, and now comes the most tedious part of the meal prep. That is cutting up the chicken. So what I do sometimes. Oh my gosh! Stop. All right. Yes, I play Clash of Clans, and those are some of my buddies. Okay. So, anyways, sometimes I will cook multiple chicken breasts and then already have them cut up for later. Uh-oh, more texts are coming in. I heard it. I don't see it. That's all right. So I'll cut up multiple chicken breasts, cook them, and then put them in the refrigerator because most of the time, and I don't like to, but obviously I will because I want warm food, not cold food, but I'll microwave it later. And so as I'm cutting these up, I can also toss them into various containers. And of course, you want to eyeball if they're being equally distributed. If you want to be very accurate, so let's say you're counting everything that you are eating, well, you're going to have to do that before you cook it. So that is not something I'm doing today. And it's not something I'm concerned about right now. So instead, I'm just going to cut up my chicken and distribute it as equally as I can. So, and of course when I'm done, I will show you all 4 containers. By the way, this is the reason why I'm putting these on YouTube. Touch. Because are going to YouTube is much friendlier when it comes to skipping through videos than Facebook is. So, and by the way, I also don't do this like 4-corner thing I have going on here. Usually I have all 4 trays lined up, I cut up all the chicken, then I put it in. So this is kind of a pain in the butt. But it's okay. I'm doing it for you guys. So that way you can see what's going on. And you know what's going on. Alright, last part. Almost done. So, by the way, the video is almost over at this point because I am going to do my edible breakfast tomorrow. So today was about meal prep. Tomorrow is going to be about the breakfast that I eat. And that video won't be nearly as long. Hopefully, well not hopefully, I will already have all of this done by the time I do my breakfast video. Because what I do for my routine is after I wake up, I come downstairs, I do my lemon juice, and right now I'm just trying to sift through and see where I need to put chicken. Oops, come on. Ooh, you're going to be delicious later. But I'll wake up, I'll get the chicken started first before anything else. So that way it's cooking. Uh-oh, don't open my email. It's cooking and going because obviously it takes the longest. Then I get the rice going shortly after. So as those 2 are cooking, I do my lemon juice. Oh my God, that's going to taste so good later. And I'll show you the spices that I use here in just a minute. So, and some of you might be thinking, oh, you're all done. Nope, not done. One more ingredient. And that is the olive oil. So, I showed this yesterday in my video. Ooh, is it off? Okay. My surface is kind of warm. All right, so I showed the olive oil yesterday, but I said I'm not going to cook with it. I don't want to cook with it. I want it to be in its natural state. When you cook olive oil, and of course you can look up the research is everywhere on this. When you cook olive oil at a certain temperature, it denatures it. it changes the process. I want to say that not a lot, just a tiny little bit, and that's it. And voila, these are all done. Oh, now I said I was going to give you an aerial shot. So, all right, now, finally moving the camera. There we go. All right, oops. Let's keep the camera the same way. And there we go. I will enjoy these throughout today. And so, right now the time is 8:42, and I haven't eaten breakfast yet. Now, my goal is to actually already have this done long in advance of 8:42. So, and I'm going to talk about this on another day on how I time these meals. So, looking at the time is really important. Not so much for these guys until later, but for when I eat. And now we're back over here. You can see I'm live. You can see it's behind me. All right, so anyways, here is my 6-pack. I love my 6-pack. 6-pack is awesome. I'm going to toss these bad boys in here. And it doesn't really matter which one's which, because all 4 meals are the same. And in another video, I'll talk about how I distribute these. But this is 4 meals, including snack. The salad is still only one of the meals. The salad is still only one of the meals. So I'm gonna zip this up. And I'm gonna set the phone down. I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna set it down. Hello. All right. So I'm gonna put the salad in one of the side compartments. It barely fits in there. It's perfect. All right. That's in there. And now, also grab my avocados. Now, these are 2 large avocados. And that looks kind of disturbing holding it like this. All right, anyways, these are large avocados, and I'm only doing it for my first one because, like I said, these are ripe. These are ready to eat. The small avocados that I usually use, none of them were ripe at the store. None of them. And so I'm like, all right, I'll grab a couple of large ones. I'll use those today. So I'm going to put these in here, but I'm going to take them out of this bag. I don't want them sitting in the plastic. Avocados. All right. These in here. 2 avocados. So now, almost everything is done. Just one last thing. I know you're looking at my ceiling, you're like, God, this video is stupid. Alright, it's because here are my freezer packs. And I'll put my freezer packs in here. Alright, and get the camera up. Oh, don't flip. Alright, so here you can see the freezer packs go on either side. And here I have my utensils. I only need a knife and a fork. I put those on the top, close the lid, and hold on, I'm gonna put this somewhere. Flip the camera. And now, zip it up. Sorry, I needed both hands. And there we go. Everything I need to eat the rest of the day. Everything I need to use, it's all done, it's all set and ready to go. And like I said, this took a lot longer than what it normally should. And why is that? Because I'm doing a video, dude. I'm doing a video. It's a lot harder. So yeah, I wanted to show you the real deal. That's why phone keeps sliding. I wanted to show you the real deal on what it looks like to meal prep. It's not easy until you practice it. And once you start practicing it, it becomes super easy. Get used to the routine and you'll be just fine. Get used to the routine and you'll be just fine. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments below or shoot me a message on Facebook. Either way, it'd be great. But yeah, I'm here to show you what goes on with all this stuff. And either tomorrow morning or the morning after that, actually no, it's not even going to be in the morning. In my afternoon segment, because I'll be going to the gym in the afternoon today, I will be doing my body measurements. Not necessarily looking forward to it, because that's where I'm going to be going shirt off live. But like I said, this is a journey for me, and I'm taking you guys along on this journey. And I want to show you the reality of what I have to deal with when it comes to weight loss. So it is what it is. So I hope you enjoy these videos, and if you do, please subscribe and hit the like button. I would greatly appreciate it. So yes, please hit the subscribe button below and also hit the like button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And of course, your comments are always welcome, whether they're positive or negative, and always constructive criticism as well. I'm welcoming all of it, as this is a brand new thing for me. And yeah, it's a journey. I hope you enjoy this journey with me as we go through it together. And then hopefully in the future, I can help you with your own personal journey as well. So this is the M, the X, the C, the Mike Xavier Kerrigan, the Air Dragon, saying, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day. I will see you later on this afternoon. Bye-bye.